I think really asking ourselves always when we get upset at anything that somebody else says or does, how is that a mirror to my own shit? Like,
Yeah.
what am I mirroring here? Because it's always to do with you.
I have no filter these days. Yeah, it's a fake way of bonding, really.
Quiet.
So,
Did not go well.
and that was like the straw that broke the camel's back that led to my total emotional breakdown. Thank you, Melissa, for listening to your intuition.
My mom being dead.
And Angie.
Just see you next time.
See you next time. Okay, let's go fast. 1, 2, 3.
Unquiet soul.
Okay.
30, it's okay. It'll just be short. No worries, no worries.
I don't know if it's a me problem or you problem, but I can barely hear you.
Let's see.
Let me try my earbuds.
Is this any better? Is that any better?
Oh, I don't think I can hear you at all now. Can you say something? And now you look frozen.
You disappeared. Yeah,
Can
you
you
were
hear me?
frozen for a second. I hear you. Do you hear me?
Oh, yeah. Okay. I think there's
Oh,
something
there's a
wrong with
huge
my laptop
delay.
audio. Oh, really?
Really?
This is gonna be fun.
Um,
We should try the unquiet soul thing again with a delay.
right?
It actually might might come out sounding okay. Um,
Do you hear me?
I can hear you. It doesn't seem
Okay,
like there's a
like,
delay.
okay, or not
Yeah.
now.
Okay.
There
Yeah,
was a big delay.
I think there's something wrong with my laptop volume because I put my earbuds in and I can hear you fine now.
Oh, weird. Okay. Well, I'm just glad you can hear me.
Yeah.
Anything, soul spark, anything like that you've been kind of working through that you could share that our audience might want to, work through?
Oh, I do have something.
Okay, what?
So well, first of all, so I surf almost every day, and surf communities are kind of like high school. It's very, first of all, they're very territorial. It's very cliquey. Me not being local and being a white girl from the mainland, it was very hard breaking into the surf community because I was not welcomed.
Mm-hmm.
But then I was finally, it took years, but I was finally welcomed. And most people in my regular surf community liked me and would talk to me. But I've been having this experience lately. I just 3 to 4 months ago, I experienced another spiritual growth spurt. And I'm sure you've had this experience where when that happens, people fall away.
Mm-hmm.
So I've had that experience. I've had some people fall away, and a few have been in the surf community. But one was interesting because this just happened last week. And we're normally like, he's younger, he's like in his 20s, but we can normally like carry on a pretty emotionally mature conversation and joke around and laugh or whatever. And the other day I saw him and like we were talking, it was a good-natured conversation, but he mentioned that he started working at his old job, and his old job he hated. Like, his manager was a jerk, there was all this drama, and he was miserable, so that's why he left and found a different job. So I asked, like, "Well, is it better now?" And immediately, and you'll know what I mean by this, like, his energy totally, like, closed off, and not only
He was
that,
triggered. Yeah.
yes. Not only that, his body language got all stiff and tight. And he was like, "Yeah, it's fine." And he's because he was acting all weird and we're normally pretty cool, I was like, "Are you sure?" He got pissed. He accused me of
Yeah.
gaslighting him. He's like, "You don't believe that I'm not blessed. I work 3 blocks away from the ocean. I can go surfing." And yeah, it was like this whole thing. And I was like, "I'm sorry. I did not mean to offend you." I was like, "It was a genuine question because I knew how unhappy you were before. So I was genuinely concerned about your work environment on your mental health." That's all it was. I apologize. But he just kept going on and on about how I was gaslighting him, blah, blah, blah. And there are many old versions of me who would have taken that very personally.
Sure.
But he paddled away, and it did take me a few minutes to process, but yeah, eventually I was like, it was an honest, genuine question. I don't even feel like that fits the definition of gaslighting. I just asked if he was sure
No,
when he
gaslighting is when you're,
talking them out of
changing,
yeah.
yeah, like, changing their reality.
Yeah, I was just asking a question. If I would have said like, "No, everything's not fine," blah blah blah, that's gaslighting. But anyway, so I'm like, I don't think I did anything wrong, and if I did, that was not my intention. And something wasn't right because he was like so closed off. In hindsight, I realize he just didn't want to talk about it. But that's all he had to say, like, "Hey, I don't want to talk about it." So, but anyway, my
Well, and he
point.
probably felt some sense of shame because he went back to a job that didn't used to be a good fit, and he probably has concerns himself, and that activated those concerns, and he doesn't wanna talk about it because
Yeah,
he's pretending things are fine.
I actually thought about that. I'm like, I don't think it is fine. And he was probably embarrassed to admit that. But anyway, I was
Yeah,
really proud of
absolutely.
myself for how I handled it. Cause like within a few minutes, I'm like, you know what? That's fine. We're like not at the same frequency anymore. And if it ever
Yeah.
comes back together, fine. But if it doesn't, I'm fine with that too.
Well, and I think this is a really fucking perfect example of victim consciousness, where he is in this alternate reality and truly believes you did something wrong,
Yeah. And he was
and
like,
you didn't.
actually, now that I'm saying this out loud, he was actually gaslighting me. Like,
Right.
you know,
Exactly. You see that it's a perfect example, and I love this because it fits astrology so perfectly right now, but it's a perfect example of how we mirror one another and how the
yeah.
things that we are accusing someone else of are our own truth
That,
every time.
that just
Every
hit me.
fucking time.
Cause
Yes.
'Cause he
It's
totally turned it
funny to
around
me.
on me, and I'm like,
Yeah.
"I didn't say any of that at all. I was just concerned about your job."
And I can feel every bit of the internal process that he went through for that, and it is I'm ashamed because I made this decision for a reason that doesn't feel ethical or yummy,
Well, it's probably
like,
for the money. Yeah.
right, and so I did this. I forgot that I had told you how horrible it was. Nothing's changed. I'm already questioning my decision, but my ego has now been activated.
Yeah.
And I don't wanna say any of that, and I'm having to face something that I've been ignoring. And it's just funny to me, like, the fact that it was an immediate accusation of gaslighting is
Yeah.
so funny to me because that's just shows you exactly where he was, and I just love this. I think this is a really perfect example of both of those, mirroring each other and victim consciousness. I mean, this is the thing that I used to do really
Oh,
bad. Even,
really?
like, I remember one time oh, so bad,
See, I'm
so
always the
bad.
person who takes things personally, so it's nice to have, like, both sides of the conversation. Because I was proud of myself because I used to be like, "Oh my god, it is my fault. I was gaslighting him. I'm never talking to anyone again."
I could be both sides of the coin for sure, but if my ego was in charge there yeah, like, there was a time when I was in a legitimate argument with my grandma about something, and instead of saying what I really wanted to say because I knew that she wasn't gonna engage, I said something like oh my god, I'm so embarrassed to say this, but I said something like, "You just wanted to pick a fight," when I knew I was the one who had picked the fight.
Okay.
So, like, it was just stuff like that all the time, and this actually leads me to my unquiet confession for this week, which is I've talked about this on my show a lot, about one particular person that I really wanted to take the steps to make an apology for ghosting the friendship, because it's really weighed on me since I really came to the place where I understood my own victim consciousness, and last night I finally, like, sent the message via Facebook Messenger because I don't know if any of the old contact info I have is
Oh,
good, and I
yeah.
was tired of making excuses, and I know that she's active on Facebook, or not active, but she has a profile that she goes to occasionally, and
Yeah.
so I was like, "Alright, I'm gonna do it." But the thing with our friendship really was she was a very good friend, but I couldn't meet any of my own needs myself, and so, I really asked everyone around my Leo moon ass, I
Yeah.
really asked everyone around me to meet my needs, and, I ghosted her because she was taking a trip from she had lived here, had a for college, well, she ended up here in a relationship, went to college here, and then that relationship ended, a couple relationships ended. I mean, she lived here for a long time, but then after this one really big one, she moved back home, back to Washington. And I flew to see her because I am codependent and whatever, twice. And then she was coming back here, but she was spending like 99% of her time with a friend from college. I made this huge deal about it and I didn't understand my feelings fully, but I did at least say, like, "It hurts my feelings that you're, like, gonna be here for 12 days and you're, like, offering 1 lunch and 1 dinner with me when I, like, have spent so much money to fly to Washington twice to, like, spend a
Yeah.
weekend with you." I think there was some validity in that, but the
I
way
was
I
just gonna
handled it
say,
was
yeah.
not. You know what I mean? Like, and then, I went to see her one more time, I think. I don't remember the exact sequence of events, but anyway, I just decided to stop taking her calls because that's kinda how I did things, and
Yeah.
so I did. Just she tried a few times over a year's whatever, and I just didn't, and then that was that. But, and I didn't feel any remorse for that for a really long time, like, at all, because I was just like, "Oh, she's toxic." And I mean, I don't know that we were meant to be in each other's energy at that time anymore. I don't We weren't at a place where we were going to be able to help each other grow anymore. But I'm ashamed of my behavior for sure. So I just wanted to reach out and say, like, I actually do think you were a great friend. I'm really sorry. I'm not
Mm.
asking you to like rekindle a friendship, but I do want you to know that I can definitely see my missteps and like what I have done. It felt very scary because not I mean, I've made these types of apologies my whole life because I mean, I'm always doing something, right? But I don't know, I think there's this small part of me that kind of, if I'm being 100% honest, is hoping that she'll be my friend
Yeah.
again, like, I'm pretty sure she won't. So, like, I was so afraid of the rejection of that, but I just got over myself last night and was like, I've lived without her friendship for, um 12 years, so, like, it's not gonna hurt me personally, like, I can accept that rejection and let it move through me and move on, but, man, I'm finding kind of ways where my fear of rejection is still pretty present, like, if I get really real with myself, it's still there, you know?
But well, first of all, I want to acknowledge how brave that is because I've had to make those kind of reach out and apologies before too, and it is so scary. So I'm not invalidating that at all. But I think it's healthy to have that fear of rejection behind it because I know what you're saying. Like, you don't really need a response, but it would be nice to have a response.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think that's I do miss her. Like
Yeah.
I would love to catch up and see, like, I know she's gotten married since then. I've had a baby since then, like who's 11 now, you know? Like I would love to just catch up. I know she's she she's just into shit that like I'm into now that I wish I'd appreciated about her then, you know? So I don't know.
Did you
I'd
say
love
any of
to
that though?
actually talk to her. No, because I didn't wanna put pressure on her to I just like, if we catch up, we catch up, but I wanted to make the apology and to let her know that I did think she was a very good friend, but I didn't wanna put any pressure on
Yeah.
her
I could see
to
that.
to feel like she needs to respond. Because I mean, I don't know, if somebody I'm different, so, like, really, if someone made a genuine apology, I'm gonna get over it, like,
Yeah.
really pretty much anyone. But, like, genuine, like, you tell me how you fucked up and how you're not gonna do that again, that anyone, I'll forgive that. But if there was too much of, like, "This is what I'm doing now," or whatever, I might feel like they're making it about them. That's my
Yeah.
Leo moon app, you know?
I know
But
it's
I
hard.
just
I think
I
you did
wanna
the
be
right
careful about
thing
that.
because your true intention was the apology, so I think you did the right thing by just leaving it at that.
Right, because then if she wants to forgive and have a conversation, then I feel like she'll say that. I've opened the door for
Yeah.
that. But if not, then it's just as I've done what I wanted to do, which was let her know I was really sorry for the ghosting at the very least. For I am sorry for some of the things I did even during our active friendship, which I also said. But I said that she was like I wasn't necessarily the friend she deserved. And
Mm.
then also I'm sorry for ghosting. But like I don't know, I have been I said that on my show, like, a year ago, like, that I had been wanting to make this apology, and so
And you're
it
just
just kept
doing it now.
coming up, and I was like, "Finally, I'm gonna do it." But I can see how the things I was accusing her was really me
Mm.
a lot of times because I was expecting so much from my friends, so much.
I that is so relatable. Yeah, because 'cause you're expecting them to meet your needs and you're not meeting them first.
All of them, every
Yes.
fucking yeah, yeah, and I only wanted to meet one very specific need, which is, like, listen to you. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, I can remember, like, my friends whose love language or whatever is, quality time, fucking hated that shit. Fucking
Oh,
hated it.
see, I like
Like,
quality
I
time.
would try so hard to meet the need, but I would be resentful the whole fucking time
Mm.
because they weren't meeting my needs, Angie.
Yeah.
You know
What
what I
is your
mean?
love
And so
language?
well, now it's quality time
Oh,
too, but at the time it was everything. I wanted them to meet
yeah.
all of my needs. I couldn't even really identify what I wanted from them.
Yeah.
And I wanted, like, someone to listen to me, but only in a very specific way. No feedback,
Yeah.
no disagreement, you know
But
what I
and you
mean?
also didn't wanna have to communicate that to them, you wanted them to just know how they should be listen to you. Oh,
My
yes.
reaction
All
to my
relatable.
friends all the time was the exact same way that male responded to you. I mean,
Oh,
in lots of
really?
different scenarios, but the energy change, the stiffness, the psh, the sharp tongue, all of it. I mean, me to a T all
I
the time.
I love this perspective because I my theory was because I've had boyfriends react this way because I can read energy, and some people hate that because it's like they just feel naked because you
Yes.
already know what's going on with them. So I've had like boyfriends get mad at me when I've read energy, and that could be part of it still with him.
Oh, sure.
I think he was angry that I was able to see through his like everything's
Yeah, you
fine.
clocked something.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and I've been in that situation too. A friend of mine who I've had a lot of valuable lessons come from, um, I don't even remember what they said, but it was like we were on the phone and they said something, and I just remembered the sickening feeling of being seen in a way I didn't want to be seen.
That's what I
And that was the
mean.
first time yeah, I remember asking myself, "This is very confusing because I am begging people to see me.
And
Why
now
is this?" But it was the first hint that I had of the layers I had put in front of me. I'm like, "Oh, I wanted you to see the version of me that I was trying to present to you, and you weren't seeing that." You know what I mean?
and
It
now
was
you're really
crazy.
seeing me, yeah.
Yes, and I remember it was in my stomach, like, I felt like
See,
I had
that's what I
just
mean,
plummeted on a roller coaster.
and I know for a fact I've brought that up in people because 'cause they're like, "Oh, I didn't wanna be seen, and you're reading my energy, and I don't like this."
Well, and as a Scorpio rising, you have a way of saying things that are very direct
Yes.
and to the point, and there was a time in my life wouldn't have been able to handle that. Uh, no, this last 18 months is the first time I'm being able to handle that, and even now, it still takes, like, why was that triggering, and,
Wait,
uh,
I've
how
triggered you?
what no, no,
Oh,
but people who are direct in general.
okay.
No, you
Yeah.
haven't, but
But no,
but
I've
but I do
definitely
have an
triggered
issue
people
a
that
lot of
way.
times with water signs, like, because of their directness, they're very blunt, and, like, Scorpio, Pisces especially, but I have had lots of issues, but that was one of the gateways into me understanding, like, "Bitch, it's not their responsibility to say things a certain way, it's your responsibility to maintain the safety, grow the container, expand here." And
Yeah.
that was really life altering for me. That was one of those expanded consciousness moments that I was like, "Oh, I get it." It was like I felt like I leveled up, I was like, "Oh my god, I
You
reached the
did
next
though.
level. I get it, I get it." It was so exciting, but Angie, I spent my whole life believing it was your responsibility to say things in a way that
Yeah.
I could stomach it. I believed that.
And trust me, I've had people project that on me, and it's like, unless I'm being, like, downright bitchy, like, it's not my
Mhm.
responsibility. Like, I'm just saying
That's exactly
words.
right. Yeah, yeah, and I think that, as a great, like, actionable takeaway from this episode today, I think really asking ourselves always, always when we get upset at anything that somebody else says or does, how is that a mirror to my own shit? Like,
Yeah.
what am I mirroring here? Because it's always to do with you. And I mean, it helps me to say their shit's their shit and my shit's my shit, but my humanness can prevail sometimes. And I think let it hurt your feelings, let it
Yeah, for
trigger
sure.
your ass, let it whatever, but that take that next step of like releasing that shit by understanding that like this is a you thing. And I mean, yeah, there are some people who are toxic and we don't that dude's toxic. Like,
Yeah, because 'cause I'm
unless
like,
he has like a legitimate apology, but whatever.
yeah, trust me, I'm
But
not asking him any more questions. I might say hi in
right.
passing, but I'm not
Yeah,
conversing with him.
right, exactly. Well, and he's probably gonna make it really awkward since he was such a dick. I
Oh, I
mean,
know. I'm
that's
already
how people like
expecting
me
that.
respond. Mhm.
Yeah.
People like him. Me, I would have too. Because I would have made you a villain in my story.
Yeah, that's probably what's gonna happen. Oh,
Yeah,
but
I'm
here's the
sorry.
funny
That
thing
sucks
about
for
that,
you.
because again, and the reason I intentionally told my story about the surf community, for almost 2 years, nobody would talk to me. So, joke's on him, because if he does start ignoring me or whatever, like, like, is not gonna hurt my feelings at all, because I came from a place where nobody would talk to me when I was learning how to surf. So,
Right.
you don't wanna talk to me? That's totally fine.
And isn't it funny for situations like this to come full circle where you had to learn that lesson and learn to
Yeah.
be okay doing this thing by
Yeah,
yourself
because now
to
I'm
where
like, I do
now
not care. Yeah.
yeah, this type of thing has been happening with me lately too, where I can see the benefit of the the darkness, then having come out of that period and then re-experiencing that and on a lighter scale, but like, well, for instance, rejection right now for me is like used to the level of personalization that would happen huge. Then I got to where I have this whole internal process for understanding their shit's about them, my shit's about me, whatever. And then now though, putting myself it's mostly like I'm trying to be on more podcasts, things like that. And I haven't been rejected since the last meeting,
Yeah.
that we had and I talked about it, but I'm noticing the fear of it when they're asking me questions in their form. Like last night I really felt very raw, and she accepted me and I'm really excited because her show's really cool. But she's like, "What's coming up for you right now?" Whatever in her form. And I was like, "Truly, the only thing coming up for me right now is I'm feeling very afraid you're gonna reject me. Don't want that to like sway anything, but that's what's coming up for me right now. So I'm just gonna be honest about it." Because she also will do like her show is also she'll like counsel people, like, live,
Oh, cool. Yeah.
anonymously or whatever, but, like, she's really about helping people move through shit, so she does a lot of different things, but I was like, I'm truly in a really good place right now, so I don't feel like I would benefit from that. I think an energy exchange would be, like, where I'm at,
Mm.
but but I got really excited about that, so the stakes were a little higher, so as I'm filling out this questionnaire, I'm now like, "Do I censor myself?" It's things
Oh,
like that where I'm
yeah.
just learning to be seen for me and to accept rejection at that level, because the things that I did inauthentically for my whole life were so that if you were rejecting me, you weren't really rejecting me because I didn't give you me.
That
I gave you the version
is
of me I was comfortable giving you.
that is so relatable. Yeah.
Yeah, so that's where I'm at this week. I think that that tied in. Astrology is so funny because this, like, you talked exactly about what the themes are happening right now, and that was what I was gonna bring up,
Oh,
so I
really?
think it's perfect yeah.
Perfect.
So I think it really worked out, and, I thank you for sharing that because that's an interesting interaction, and I like the perspective too. I like to see other people do these types of things so that I can see, like, well, and also I can offer that perspective
Yeah.
because,
It actually
it was confusing to you.
I'm glad I brought it up because, yeah, I don't like, I think I knew part of it. Like, I could read his energy, so he
Sure.
felt vulnerable, but I like your perspective because I didn't consider any of those things. Also, it made me realize that he was actually gaslighting me because that didn't occur to me till I said it out loud to you.
We're such verbal processors,
I
I
know.
swear. Ugh. It's such an interesting thing too, where like I've internalized most things my entire life, and boy, it would have been so much easier if I had just talked about them.
But did you have anyone safe to to them? Talk about them with?
No, no, but I
Same,
made
yeah.
sure of that.
Yeah.
I made sure. Because even when, like, even the people now in my life that, well, very few people, but like you're really safe to talk to. So, like,
Thank you, so are you.
but thank you. So I do talk to you about stuff, obviously. That's like this whole fucking show really is us like, what's going on this week. But um I don't know, I'm noticing even like with my husband the protective layers, like where
Mm,
I'm afraid to go too deep. So I'm just working through that. I mean, I'm not judging myself for it, but
yeah,
it's like, well, you can't crave connection and then resist it too hard.
yeah.
You can't do that. Well, you leave for your trip this week, is that correct?
Tomorrow.
Yes! How
Yeah, I'm,
exciting.
like, nervous and excited and all the things.
I bet, I bet. Are you gonna be posting?
Yes, I should be posting
Okay, good.
more.
Because I wanna be following along.
Yes, I'll definitely be posting. I would hope so. Between Spain and Morocco, there have to be things to be posting about.
I hope so. I wanna see pictures.
I
I'm excited.
Also, I've been doing a lot of videos lately, and I don't like videos because it's like the whole intent is promotional, even though I'm being real and telling real stories.
Yeah,
Whereas, like, I feel like my authentic Instagram me is like posting a picture and then telling a story in the caption, which
writing a bunch.
I know that's not the Instagram way because people don't like to read, but it feels authentic to me. So
I'm
I'm excited to get back
Yes,
to
thank
my
you for
authentic
saying
way of
that.
posting. Yeah.
No,
Which is
thank you
why
for
I've been
saying
doing
that because
videos.
I'm a storyteller and
Same.
the magic is in my story, but everyone's
No
like
one reads the
acts like that
captions.
story has to be said like, yeah.
Or
You know what? I
even
think I
the
think this
videos.
was meant to be.
I know, even my videos are like a minute long, which is way too long for Instagram, but I'm like, how do you get a story out
Right.
in 10 seconds?
Exactly. No, I've re-recorded because I'm like, "Oh god, that was 3 minutes."
Yeah. Oh, I know. Like, usually my first version is like 3 minutes. And like, even to get it down to 1 minute, I feel like I cut out all the good stuff. But I'm like, even then, I feel like people
Yeah,
aren't even watching to the end. But oh well.
samesies. Okay, well, I'm gonna start writing again then because
Are you on Substack?
no,
Join Substack.
I might. I don't know. There's so many things right now. It's all very pressury.
Okay. I won't
Okay, I'm
pressure
gonna let
you.
you get off to your call.
Okay. And also,
Um,
so we'll reconvene October
say bye
13th.
so that I can stop the recording. Just say
Oh,
bye.
bye.